Well, I'm here now with the TCR UK Championship Promoter Stewart Lines. Stewart, going into your 5th year as promoter of TCR UK. How far we've come. It's barely recognisable, really, as the championship you took over in 2019. Yeah,
I mean, today, the pit lane is just a buzz of activity, you know, people testing. We've got exclusive testing now, and running on this new 3-day format where we're the lead event and we're in the garages. I mean, it's unrecognisable from the last year, where we had a great year, you know, and things went pretty well. But I think we've jumped to another level.
Which was always the goal. I remember talking to you back in 2019 when you'd just sort of taken the championship on and probably wondered what on earth you'd let yourself in for. But this was always the goal, wasn't it? Are you kind of surprised at the time frame it took? Was this quicker than you thought it might happen, or about what the plan was?
No, it was all based around 2024. The reasoning for that, we were going to give it a year on British GT, and then the Ginetta debacle, and the rest is history. We got pushed to the side, which, you know, ultimately was probably their loss. But they actually did us a favour, because we went down the route then of being the headline. Everyone says, well, can TCR be a headline? And, you know, I'd look at the pits, it's absolutely chock-a-block full of support races and people, you know, wanting to be part of the circus. You know, I think, you know, there is a third package now, and a serious alternative to British GT and the TOCA package.
And that must bring you so much pride as well, because I know a little bit of the hard work that's gone on, and it's not just you. There's a whole team of people working behind the scenes. Of course, we brought a new member of the team in now, Ash Gallagher, as well, as Championship Manager for this season. And that is just another sign of how things are growing now, and this is just being taken even more seriously now.
Yeah, it's so everybody's, you know, they're not jumping on the bandwagon, I don't think. We needed to bring some key people in to help run the championship, you know, and Ashley Gallagher is a key person. He's experienced running the Ginetta Championships, you know, he's very useful. The manufacturers are more interested, they're involved, you know, they're here, they're looking after the teams. The teams themselves, you know, as you know, last year we had one new generation car on the grid. Now most of the grid is brand new cars, and they're even buying trucks to go with the cars, you know. So people they're investing in the job. I'd hasten to say, I don't know how many cars there are in the UK now, but it's in the 80s. Yeah. You know, when we took it over, there was 6 TCR cars in the whole of the country. You know, and people will say, well, why couldn't you get a grid? Well, you ain't going to get a grid with 6 cars, but now we've got 80 cars. We've got a chance to get in a decent grid all the time.
Absolutely, it's certainly catching on, this whole TCR business, that's for sure. Let's talk about this season then. You touched there upon the fact that we've got lots of new cars on the grid, more of this second generation of car now. That's a big step in the right direction too, isn't it? Because I think one of the few criticisms really I heard last year was that the cars were a bit long in the tooth now, a few teams running into mechanical issues. Obviously that will always be a part of racing, but these new generation cars, they are a bit of a game changer, aren't they? Yeah.
I mean, the car that these guys are racing now, you can buy on a Monday morning in a Hyundai showroom, an Audi showroom, a Cupra showroom, a Honda showroom. I mean, the latest Honda's there. There's only one in the world, you know, the FL5. Well. Everyone loves that car, you know. So it's only a matter of time before the UK established, you know, the dealer bases and that. They see what's going on here. I think they're going to show an interest in some of the drivers, because they're selling these cars, and the more they can be part of it, I think, you know, it's going to help their sales.
Some real driving talent on the grid now. There always has been, but again, we've taken another step forward, I think, for 23. Chris Smiley is back to try and defend the title, but he's got some real opposition this year, hasn't he? Is anyone in particular you're keeping your eye on?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of young kids who are capable of winning the race, you know, if everything goes right for them. You know, Chris is the man to beat. He still is the man to beat. But, you know, out there, we've got some British touring car drivers now that have dropped to, well, I'd say dropped, it's not a drop anymore, I don't think. They've moved across to us. You know, they think they've got a chance of things. There's young kids that have won national saloon championships who are stepping up saying, well, you know, I can win that race. And, you know, and we've even got Josh Foyles giving it a go in the new Elantra. And, you know, he's won Clio Cup Championship in the UK. He's won the TCR Championships around Europe. You know, he's not come here to come second. So, you know, it's an interesting thing. But I think, look, you never know who's going to win, but I think there's going to be a few shocks out there.
For sure, and of course one of the things I've always really liked about TCR UK in particular is that it really doesn't matter who you are as a driver, there is a place for you on the grid. We've got 16-year-olds out there now coming and racing in TCR, and you've got people who have been in and around motorsport for 30, 40 years coming and having a go as well. And of course this is where the different classes come in. It's not just the overall championship. Everyone's really got something to fight for. Yeah,
at the end of the day, you can turn it with a car, with a team of guys, put a decent engineer on it, and that car is as good as anything on the grid. There's no one's making any of the rules up here. It's a worldwide regulation, and everyone's got a fair chance of winning the race, and that's what it's all about. We want the best driver to win the race, the most talented driver, and you'll see in qualifying tomorrow how close it'll be.
And of course, if a driver can win and have some success here, they don't just get a trophy anymore. There is actual prize money up for grabs. Tell us a little bit about how that came about, and again, how much of a game changer I think that could be, because there really isn't another championship in this country that does that.
No, we talked about it, and we had a little bit of help towards it, which is, very grateful to the people, the person that's done that, we've put the money straight back into the drivers to give them something. They can win money in qualifying, they can win money in the races, and they can win money at the end of the year. And there's no other championship in the country that's doing what we're doing.
Absolutely. Well, Stuart, it's going to be a heck of a ride this season. I can't wait to see what happens here, not just at Snetterton, but for the rest of the season. TCR UK really going places now, and this man has been a huge part of that.